Welcome back to the Book Smell, where we delve into the pages of life-changing literature. Today, we're about to explore a work that has become a true modern classic, inspiring and empowering countless individuals around the world. Today's journey takes us back to the 1930s, when a young journalist embarked on a quest to uncover the secret formula behind the world's most successful people. That journalist was Napoleon Hill, and the treasure he discovered became one of the most influential books ever written, Think and Grow Rich. And I have to tell you, the story behind it is just as fascinating as the book itself. It's a tale of a 20-year quest, a mysterious secret, and a powerful reminder that the biggest journey we ever take is the one that happens between our own two ears. So, let's get comfortable and dive in. Our story begins with a young, not yet famous journalist named Napoleon Hill. He's landed a pretty big assignment, a chance of a lifetime, a private audience with Andrew Carnegie, one of the richest men on earth. Carnegie, a man who rose from rags to riches, shared a powerful secret with Hill. Beneath every fortune lies a master principle, a psychological law that, if understood, could make anyone rich. Carnegie challenged Hill to study and interview over 500 self-made millionaires and gather their wisdom into one book. We're talking about 500 of the most successful people of the age, inventors like Thomas Edison and Alexander Graham Bell, presidents like Theodore Roosevelt and Woodrow Wilson, business magnates like Henry Ford and John D. Rockefeller. Carnegie had a theory. After a lifetime of incredible success, he believed he'd pinpointed a secret, a golden thread, that ran through the lives of every hugely successful person he'd ever met. It wasn't about luck or birthright, it was a specific way of thinking. And he made Hill an offer that was absolutely wild. He said, "I will introduce you to the most successful men and women of our time, geniuses like Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and presidents. Your job will be to study them, to interview them, and to prove my theory. To codify this secret into a philosophy that any ordinary person can use." He poses a question that would ultimately define the next 20 years of Napoleon Hill's life. Would you be willing to devote 20 years of your life to find out how to become successful, if I pointed the way? Can you imagine the weight of that question? 20 years, that's a lifetime of dedication. But Hill, feeling the gravity of the moment, said yes. There was just one catch: the job would take over 20 years, and there was no salary. The reward would be the discovery itself. Can you imagine committing yourself to a 20-year project with no paycheck? That's exactly what Napoleon Hill did. He was completely fascinated and drawn in by the challenge, and so began one of the most extraordinary journeys ever undertaken, interviewing and learning from over 500 of the world's most successful individuals to uncover what really made them successful at their core. For 20 long years, Hill didn't just interview them, he studied them. He looked beyond their success, digging deep into the very mindset, the philosophy that fueled their extraordinary achievements. What Hill discovered wasn't one magic trick, it was a whole new world, a formula made up of 13 ingredients. Now, I know a list of 13 things can sound like a chore, but stick with me. Because these aren't dry steps, they're a transformation. They're about how we turn a dream we have in the shower into a reality we live every day. After all those years of research, Hill found the golden thread that connected every single successful person. It was this simple, but unbelievably powerful idea: anything the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. It sounds almost too simple, right? But Hill explains that this isn't about just wishing. It's about turning a wish into a burning desire. This is the first step. Hill tells a story to show us what he means. He tells us about a man named Edwin C. Barnes. Barnes had a crazy dream. He wanted to be a business partner with the famous inventor Thomas Edison. Not work for him, be his partner. Now, Barnes had a few problems. He had no money. He didn't know Edison. He didn't even have a train ticket to get to the town where Edison worked. But his desire wasn't a little, "Wouldn't that be nice?" thought. It was a white-hot, all-consuming obsession. He found a way to get to Edison's lab, and he announced himself with so much conviction that they gave him a job sweeping floors. But in his mind, he was already Edison's partner. He held onto that picture every single day. He was so determined that when a new invention, the Edison dictating machine, came along and the sales team didn't believe in it, Barnes saw his chance. He sold it with such passion that he eventually got the partnership deal he had dreamed of. The lesson here is simple. You have to want your goal so badly you can almost feel it. You have to write it down clearly, and remind yourself of it every single day, until it becomes a part of who you are. But a dream is fragile. It needs armor. That armor is step number 2, faith. Unshakable belief. You have to believe you can achieve your desire even before you have any proof. Hill says you have to tell yourself, I can do it, until your subconscious mind, that powerful part of you that runs the show behind the scenes, accepts it as absolute fact. You have to believe it into existence. And how do you build that belief? Through step number 3, auto-suggestion. Talking to yourself, on purpose. This is a fancy term for intentionally feeding your mind with positive, specific affirmations about your goal and your ability to achieve it. It's like being your own life coach, gently guiding your thoughts toward where you want to go. Now, you need fuel for your journey. That's step number 4, specialized knowledge. Hill makes a brilliant distinction here. There's a difference between general knowledge, which doesn't create much income, and specialized knowledge organized and put into a plan. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know how to get the knowledge you need for your specific dream. And that plan is step number 5, organized planning. A dream without a plan is just a daydream. You need a practical, step-by-step plan. And crucially, Hill says you should create a mastermind alliance, a group of people you can brainstorm with who will support and advise you. 2 heads are better than 1, and a mastermind group is like having a whole team of heads. Then comes the moment of truth. Step number 6, decision, the killer of doubt. After studying thousands of people, Hill found one of the biggest differences between leaders and everyone else was this. Leaders make decisions quickly and change them very slowly. The unsuccessful? They're plagued by indecision. They make decisions slowly and change them quickly. Be decisive. And when things get hard, because they will, then you'll need step number 7, persistence. Persistence is just sustained effort. It's the fuel that keeps you going when the initial excitement wears off. It's the quality that separates a fleeting interest from a life-changing achievement. The rest of the steps are like the advanced masterclass. They include things like the mastermind, the power of blending intelligences with others, the subconscious mind, tapping into your inner supercomputer, and the 6th sense, trusting your intuition. The mastermind is about teaming up with others. It's when 2 or more people work together with a shared goal. You share ideas, you support each other, you hold each other accountable. Think of it like having a small team cheering you on and helping you brainstorm. It's powerful. All of this effort, your desire, your plan, your team, gets locked into your subconscious mind. It's like setting a GPS. You put in the destination, and your subconscious mind starts working on the route, even when you're not actively thinking about it. Hill ends the book with a principle he calls the 6th sense. It's the part that's hard to explain. It's that gut feeling, that intuition that guides you. He says it only really wakes up after you've practiced all the other steps. But the most powerful story in the book is a personal one. Hill's son, Blair, was born without ears. Doctors told Hill his son would never hear or speak, but Hill and his wife refused to accept that. They used the very formula he was writing about. They filled their son's mind with a burning desire to hear and speak. They used auto-suggestion, feeding his subconscious mind the belief that it was possible. And something miraculous happened. Through a series of events and a powerful hearing aid, Blair not only learned to hear but also to speak. He went on to live a full and normal life. Hill believed that a burning desire, backed by faith, had found a way where science saw none. Now, Hill talks about a secret all through the book. He never names it outright, saying it will jump off the page when you're ready for it. Many believe the secret is simply this powerful formula itself, a burning desire, backed by unwavering faith, executed with a definite plan and persistent action, will inevitably become reality. It's the process of impressing your deepest desire upon your own mind until it finds a way to make it real. Here's the beautiful thing. While the word rich is in the title, this book is about so much more than money. It's about richness of spirit, of achievement, of life. It's about building the confidence to go after what you truly want, whether that's a thriving business, a stronger family, a healthier body, or a more peaceful mind. The feeling you get from this book isn't greed, it's empowerment. It's the profound realization that you are not a passive passenger in your life. You are the architect. The tools to build the life you want are already inside your mind. Napoleon Hill just spent 20 years collecting the very best instruction manual. Thank you so much for sharing this time and this story with me on Book Smell. If this idea that our thoughts truly shape our reality resonated with you, it would mean the world if you'd share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. What book should we explore together next? Let me know in the comments. Until then, remember to think, not just wish. Thank you for joining me on Book Smell. Until our next olfactory exploration into the world of books, keep thinking, keep believing, and most importantly, keep growing.